Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more of the Promised Neverland, you guys. I cannot wait. I am both excited and scared to see what in the world is going to happen on this show. If you're joining me early today, you already know what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, yeah, guys, let's let's get to it for the next, or the last episode, I should say. Let's recap the last episode of Promised Neverland real quick. So, I know we're only 3 episodes in, but I was really starting to feel like, I really remembered last season having, like, almost every single episode, it would seem like we were making progress, and then we'd get something at the end of the episode that was like, holy cow, we just got set 10 steps back, or like something awful is now in our way. What are we gonna do? And the last few episodes, I mean, we've had our cliffhangers, don't get me wrong, but I feel like for the most part, we've kind of been, like, building a little bit of a crescendo here of, like, we met demons. Oh, the demons are great. Oh, the demons are teaching us to cook. Demons taught us to hunt. Oh my God, demons are awesome. And we're on our way. And we found the shelter, and it's great. Oh my God. And I feel like they were just saving that crushing blow, the decrescendo, if you will. They were just saving it up for us. So the first little hint at, like, not great was Sanju going, like, full feisty, hangry demon at the thought of eating the kids. In a way, it doesn't really change anything that we knew about Sanju. It's not out of character for him because he believes you should not prey on something that is captive. But it did kind of expand a little bit upon his beliefs. And we do know that, some of his reasoning was they're good kids. They needed some help. That was 20% maybe of his reasoning, if I had to give a rough estimate, while the other 80% was, couple generations from now, tasty kids. Little disturbing, lot disturbing actually, especially when he, kind of expressed his hunger, let's say, and I think even Mujika was a little taken back by that, and some people have come to me with some interesting thoughts about how there's theories about Mujika and why is she so especially different, because we can see even like a good demon, if you want to put it that way, even a demon who is choosing not to participate in the farm, kind of has is driven by hunger, which you could argue so are humans. Emma had to learn to hunt a rabbit and everything. But Mujika seems a little bit more, maybe it's just because she appears to be younger, but there's, I guess, I have not heard any, but I guess there's a lot of theories going around about why Mujika seems to be so particularly not a part of some of the more grisly habits of the demons that we've seen. And I'll be very curious to see if they revisit that, or if we're just going to kind of be left to assume that, Sanju, for the most part, is a very decent individual and seems to be traveling with her and kind of, I mean, they didn't come out and say she was a child or anything, but based on her appearance and the way that she interacted with Emma, I'd say maybe she was like a younger, of course, for a demon, that could be like, oh, hey, you're 80, you're younger. Because don't the demons live a super long time? Did they say that? Did they say that? Because why would Sanju want to look forward to, in order to prey on, like, their great-grandchildren, he'd have to be around a long time. I feel like they've said that they've been around a while. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up, you guys. I don't know. Don't listen to me. But anywho, I'll be curious to see about that. Let's get to the elephant in the room of the episode. the whole thing that happened at the end. Now, about halfway through this episode, I started getting real suspicious of William Minerva. And I started having a lot of panic and fear about, oh no, I hope William Minerva is not like a demon that just wants them to be technically self-sufficient so that he can one day, eat them. Now, a few people have said maybe in my comments, and I've had a few people say, or is William Minerva one of the more human-looking scientists that we saw in the scene with Sister Crone, where she gets the pen? I'm not sure. I think there's reasonable argument for either of those theories. But I do think that there is definitely something off about the whole shelter. And people pointed out, and I'm like, oh my God, how did I not realize this? I was so caught up in like yeah, we made it. The shelter kind of looks like one of the farms. It kind of looks like the layout and the design. And I guess, I don't know, if I even thought of that last episode, I guess I was just thinking maybe that's just the way things look in this world. Or maybe whoever designed it knew that's what they would be used to and kind of laid it out that way. Maybe that used to be one of their locations and it's just been repurposed. But that's actually a really good point. So Help was written on the wall. I thought it was written in blood, but then somebody pointed out, like, no, it was just carved. I think my imagination just ran away with me. But it was also, if you notice, it was carved next to what looked like, have you ever seen in movies or TV shows where they like are trying to count the days because they're like in prison or held captive or something, and it's like the Roman numerals of like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the slash for 5. Like they were trying to keep track of the days. Didn't it kind of look like that next to where Help was written? So maybe they were like trapped in there. I don't know what the circumstances are. I think what they're leading us to think, is that there were kids here before and it did not end well for them and what's going to happen to our kids. Of course, it could be something different. But if we're going off of like what we've learned from this show, I'd say it's pretty safe to assume that it's something bad. But I could be right. It could be a red herring. It could be, I don't know. Maybe like at one time William Minerva was trapped there and he got out and he, repurposed the place. I don't know, guys. I'm rambling. There's really only one way to find out, and that is to start on the next episode of The Promised Neverland. Let's go. All right, guys, I don't even know where to start. Again, we just never really addressed what was really going on with like the wall and the journal there. I don't know if there's a reason for that. But, I had 2 theories about it, which you've heard throughout this reaction, which was like, was it William Minerva holed up there after they pursued him and he just finally decided to leave and had maybe written the names of kids that, he knew had died on his watch or something? I don't know. Or was it that there was a group of kids sheltered there and they were found by the house and that's why the house was able to find them so easily this time? Like how many times has this happened? Maybe has it happened several times where like William Minerva has, the clues that he left have helped these kids to get out, but they've been found or something. I don't know. I mean, it sure sounds like William Minerva was helping them, but I don't know. The house found that shelter awful fast. If it hadn't been for that creature that popped out and took care of those soldiers, oh man, and even there, like you never had a shot at a normal life to begin with. Just give up. And that journal said, whoever's reading this, don't give up. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Either I missed something big or they're kind of still leading us on as to what that meant. I just was like, I thought for sure we would talk about it again at some point. Okay, so Isabella has made a deal to help get the kids back, and in exchange for her total freedom, but something else that we don't know what it is. Could they have maybe promised her, like, look, you can take your own kid that you birthed, Ray? You could take maybe like a couple. I don't know what. I mean, I gotta imagine they're not gonna let her take any of the kids. But I cannot imagine what else. Unless, do they maybe, no, I'm trying to remember if we ever really, did we see her friend, what was the name, Leslie? Did we see her friend, like, dead, like super dead in her flashback? Or is there a chance that maybe he's still alive? Is the only other thing I could think of, you know? Because I really don't think that the demons would make that kind of deal with her and then let her have any of the kids. The only things, or maybe like, is Norman still alive? I don't know. Maybe they're going to let her have, I don't know. I don't even know. But I gotta think it has nothing to do with the kids. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to let her have one of the kids back. They're not going to give her all that to help her get the kids back and then give her a kid or kids. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they wouldn't mind losing one kid. But they already know, like, the kids who plotted the escape are special. So, like, I don't think they're going to give her Ray. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think, I could be wrong. The only other thing I can think is maybe her friend is still alive. I'll have to go back and see, because I know he was, like, taken. But I cannot remember now from the end of the last season if they, like, showed him and he was, like, dead with the flower. That I'm not positive about. Because that's the only other thing I could think is they told us, they told her, like, hey, he's still out there. I've wondered this for a while, and I could just be, like, running off in the wrong direction here. But I've wondered this for a while. If they're impregnating the moms to be actual moms and breed more of the kids, like, clearly the females then at least have a chance of getting out. But how are they breeding them? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get graphic here, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we have the female part of that is, okay, we know. But what about the male part? Are they maybe taking some of the males as, like, you know, to I mean, I'm sure they don't, like, actually, you know. But I mean, I don't know. I just feel like any way I say this, it's just going to sound weird and gross. And maybe I'm just being a little junior high about it, but you guys know what I mean. How do you get those babies? We know where the moms come from. Where do the dads come from? Is what I'm saying. So I wonder if maybe her friend is still out there. You know what I mean? In that case, maybe Norman's still out there. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like I'm reaching. I feel like I really need a snack. And that got me real upset. And I'm just kind of spinning my wheels now. You know what I mean? So, alright guys, discuss. What's happening? Help. I'm gonna carve help on this reaction. Help me understand. Alright guys, to say I enjoyed that, I mean there were definitely some enjoyable parts because the kids are adorable. But I mean I definitely got a lot out of that. And I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. So you guys, as always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please, please be sure to join me next time. I need you. We will watch it and get through it. All of the above. Together. Bye for now, guys.